Today being Saturday, it's a perfect time to have a look at the markets as a whole, and of course have a look at some specific stocks. Now, we have the past 5-day data now, the past week is complete, and we're looking at a fairly good week for this particular stock, which is Metx. Now, Friday was very good for this stock. We're coming up by a further 24.21%, which is really nice. The price is currently sat on 62 cent, but right now if you look down to the after hours, which has also finished until Monday, you will see that we're up by a further 1.3%. Now this is only a gain of 1 cent, but yes, we are climbing up to the 63 cent range in after hours. But in this one, I just want to have a look at what we've seen in the market trading hours. So if it sounds like a good episode, guys, do make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe, because I will be making videos on this stock into the next week, and of course you do not want to miss those, so make sure to subscribe. We've just hit 13k. Let's push up to 14, 15, on to 20. I know that you guys can do it, so thank you for everything so far. Let's keep the growth going. Now also, do remember, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Do your own research, and please be aware, whilst the stock is rising up very quickly, it can go down just as fast as it can go up. So be aware of both sides and make sure you manage your risk appropriately. Now, the third thing that I want to mention before we begin is going to be the fact that we are currently doing a fundraiser for Save the Children. If you can donate anything, 100% of funds do go straight towards Save the Children, and we're trying to make a positive difference going forwards into Christmas, because our fundraiser does end on the 24th of December. The more we can raise, the better, so feel free to press that donate button and make a positive difference. But now we're going to dive into this video. So where I want to start us off is going to be, as always, the simple chart on the 1 day, and then we can quickly analyze the data for Friday. So open up was apparently on 50.3 cent. From there, you can see our rise did continue all the way through from 9:30 all the way up to this point, I would say, which was about 40 minutes past 12, quarter to 1, somewhere like that. The rise did end, and you will see we started to take a little bit of a dip, not too big at all, and you'll see we actually bottomed out on that dip, I would say, down here, which was on a price of about 59 cent. So, a dip like this after such a big run up, especially in the morning, is to be expected, especially on a Friday, people taking profits after trading this one throughout the week or something like that. We do sometimes see that, not too big of a deal. So from there, nice bit of consolidation, good to see. And actually, coming towards the end of day, another run up. So this one started at about 11 minutes past 3 and went on towards the end of day, where he closed up on a price of 62.48, as you will see. But for some reason, Yahoo Finance is now telling me it is at 61.50. So I don't know what's going on there, but really, it was a good day either way for the stock. Now, the past 5 days is still mixed. We're looking red, but ultimately, from the midsection of the week, things are looking really good. So from Monday, we're going to start off, we were on a price of 66.49, so we've fallen from there for sure, and then we hit lows down here, which was around the range of about 50 cent exactly. So we managed to remain on that 50 cent level of support, which is very nice, and again, bounce from there did eventually come on Friday, and right now we're sat on 61. What does this mean? Well, I want to mention that towards the end of the video, and I am going to be doing a full video of my predictions, hopefully at some point tomorrow, so make sure to also join us for that. But yeah, the past month data is now looking really good. You will see that we have been falling from these highs, which were back at the 68 cent range. So really, we're not too far off that right now. But yeah, the question is, where do we go? Now, it was looking like it was just losing momentum as time went on. People were stopping to talk about it. People were stopping thinking about it. And people were apparently stopping buying it. But coming forwards into Friday, a big rise did go on to prove all of those people who said that wrong. And that is what we like to see. Now, come out to the technical chart so we can read a few more of our figures. Now, the first thing that stands out to me especially is going to be our moving average for the 1 day. Now, as I always say, unless you're day trading this stock, I do not think the 1 day data matters too much, but it does tell us a little bit about what's going on. Now, our moving average is just a little bit below where we are right now, a good thing to see, because it means that yes, we are seeing that consolidation towards the end of day, and actually the fact that we are below shows that yes, we have had that rise up as well, so really good things and a nice trend to see over there. Now, as you would expect, the trend for the MACD is bullish, and it's becoming more bullish towards the end of day. It did dip a little bit into the neutral / bearish territory, but it came back up, and that is also fantastic, and I'm very happy to see that too. Now, one thing that is also phenomenally good on the 1 day is the fact that our RSI figure is at 49. Now 50 is neutral, so you can expect that one to be not too far off it at all, but the fact that we're still sat on a neutral range for this is good. It shows that the price is moving where we would expect it to be, and even throughout the day we came quite close, but we didn't really touch the overbought mark at all, which is very, very good. Now this data may change on the 5-day, where you can clearly see that we are not so accurate with our moving average. We're sat on 60.27 for that. It's not too far out either, but yes, it was caught out a little bit by the rise that we had throughout the day, but that nice level of consolidation towards the very end did allow it to catch up to an extent, which is also very good. Now the 5-day MACD trend, it was very bullish for the morning, coming into neutral territory towards the end of day, and then a big push up at the very, very end because we had that second rise. So that is still looking very bullish in my opinion. Our trend for the RSI on this time period is at 56. For the rise that we have seen, in my personal opinion, 56 isn't bad at all. It's really where we want to be, and I'm happy to see it. Yes, it's a tiny bit high, but not too big at all. Volume figures for the past 5 days. We're not seeing too much volume into this stock, apart from Friday. So the fact that volume is coming back in is a very good sign. Are we going to see that volume continue to Monday? It's absolutely possible, because one thing to remember is that with today being Friday, people have seen a rise of 24% on the stock. They're going to be thinking about it, and going forwards into Monday, this definitely could influence people's buying habits. They could want to buy the stock right now, they could get that FOMO, and we could see this rise continue. Now, it's not guaranteed, of course, so do not take it for granted and do not take it as a fact, but it is something that we could see happen, because I know that with this stock, there's a lot of people who have been looking to buy in since, this big rise, and they've been thinking, maybe now's the time to buy in. But actually, no, I'm not going to buy in yet. And now as the price does go back up, those people could be thinking, okay, maybe now is the time to buy. I'm going to be talking about my opinions on whether now is the time to buy in just a second. But what we're seeing for our 1 month data, of course, as you would expect, the moving average is way off. It is a 50-day moving average, so it's always going to be off. I don't need to explain that one too much. The trend for the MACD is now becoming bullish again, because yes, we have been bullish for a while, but as you will see, these red candles stepping in, sort of like a staircase. We're seeing a staircase form downwards, and that is not what we want to see. Red candles are, generally speaking, a trend of a bearish trend forming, and to see this one on the MACD stepping down day after day is showing that the trend was becoming more and more bearish. But coming forwards into Friday, a green candle has formed, and that has pushed these lines further away, and now they're moving back up. So these lines get closer and closer, and they actually cross over, and once they cross over, it is a sign of a bearish trend, and we see this line start to dip back down. But once we see these lines get wider and wider apart, as we are seeing once again, it shows that we are coming back into the bullish territory, and again, the lines are rising more, which is nice. Now, our trend for the RSI, a little bit high in my opinion at 63, but also you would expect it to be a bit high because we've seen a big rise of 24%. It is high, but it's not too concerning given the context. It is kind of what you'd expect, so I'm not too upset with that one at all. See it cool off a bit into next week, that would be good, but again, after this rise, I don't see it as too important. Now, one thing that is important in my eyes is going to be volume, and it always has been. Volume is always going to be an indicator of price, and of course, it is going to be a big factor in talking about price action, because volume shows whether people are buying or selling the stock, and again, volume coming back into this stock is going to be a main driver, in my opinion, of upward momentum, because bear in mind, when people buy the stock, it does keep the price where it is, and it also sends the price higher, because for a while we've seen people hold this stock, and holding it has the main intention of keeping the stock price where it is, and that's all well and good. But most people are looking for gains on the stock, and if you're looking for gains, we need the volume to come back in and the buying pressure to come back in. I think that is what is happening in the past day or so I am happy to see it. I do hope it does continue into next week. Volume now, it's not really as high as it has been in the past. Bear in mind, back here, we had this sort of rise up. We actually had a pretty big volume, but right now, the volume is still stepping up. It's nowhere as high as it has been both here and actually here as well. In this sort of section, we had a big green day, but again, to see it come up in the first place is a good thing. Now, in the past, what we have seen is we've seen relatively low volume, sort of where we are right now, followed by a day of even bigger volume. We saw that both here and here as well. So will that trend continue, and will we see more green volume into Monday? Only time will tell, but I want to give a few of my opinions on this one tomorrow. But talk about whether this stock is a buy right now. Again, I'm going to be going into more detail in this one in tomorrow's video, but I think it definitely does depend on what risk you're willing to carry. On the one hand, buying now is going to be risky in the sense that we do have a long way to fall. And that is something that is kind of important, because bear in mind, if you buy it now and it drops to where it was previously, that is going to be more of a loss than if you were to just wait. If I was looking to buy this stock, I just would wait out for Monday. I can see the potential of buying it right now and hopefully seeing some gains into tomorrow, but I think it is also possible that we could see a little bit of a cool off on this stock, and again, that wouldn't be concerning after a rise of 24%. But if we do get that cool off, what it's going to mean is that we can potentially get this stock for a much better price, and that is something worth considering. But please do not follow me, as I am not a professional. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and do what you think is right. This is just what I think. But as I did mention, I will be joining you all again tomorrow for another episode. In the meantime, I'm going to be telling you about our Discord, so let me fast forward to me from the past. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further, we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks, including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes, and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.